Hi friends, this is Paul Malutnak again with my third video. We've been doing these videos since we've been out of class and out of church. I thought it would be very helpful to us. Today I'd like to talk about the Christian commitment. It comes from Matthew 13. And Jesus says this, "Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant in search of fine pearls, who in finding one pearl of great value went and sold all that he had and bought it." Now, he's not referring to our ability to purchase the kingdom of heaven or to purchase salvation, but it's about the passion that this man had when he found there's something greater than everything that he possibly could have on his own. He sold everything. He put everything back, and he sought out that pearl of great price. I have a story that kind of extends that and helps us maybe to understand it a little bit better. There was a merchant who was a merchant of pearls, and he bought and sold pearls. Of course, as most merchants do, they have a hobby on the side of owning their own things. But in this case, he went into a proprietorship, a store, and behind the counter he saw the most beautiful pearl that he has ever seen, and he was an expert at it. He asked the proprietor if he could see it, and the proprietor took it out and showed it to him. He asked how much it was, and the owner of the store said, "More than you can afford." Well, that shocked him a little bit. He said, "I'm not sure what you mean by that." But the store owner said, "You need to think about it because it will cost you everything you have." So the man went back home and he could not sleep. Everything he thought about was that pearl. So he goes back the next day and he said, "I made my mind up," to the store owner. "I want that pearl." So the store owner then says, "Well, how much cash do you have?" "I need everything." So he took out the money out of his pockets, put it on the counter. Then the store owner said, "Do you have checking and other bank accounts?" He said, "I do." And he gave him all those. The store owner asked him how he arrived there at his store. He said, "Well, I drove in my car." He said, "I'll take that too." "And where did you keep your car?" "Well, I kept it in the garage of my home." "Okay, I'll take your home also." "Is there anyone that lives with you in that home?" "Well, yes, my wife and my children live in that home." He said, "I will take them also." And the man says, "Well, you've taken everything I've got." The proprietor says, "No, one more thing. I want you. Now for that, you get the most wonderful thing that could ever happen to anyone in this life. But remember, I own all of those things. You can use them. You can have them. Go back to your family. Drive your car. But don't forget, they belong to me." Christ looks at that way at our lives the same way. In order to have Christ in our life, we must commit to Him everything that we have. It's not ours anyway. We cannot hold tight onto anything in this world because it will get in the way of our relationship with God. Faith is about giving over our wills to Christ. Some wonder why we live this whole life and our life is not changed when we commit ourselves to Christ. Because the real commitment is living to Christ. Jesus also said in Luke chapter 9, "For whoever would save his life will lose it. But whoever will lose his life for my sake will save it. For what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses or forfeits himself. We sing the hymn many times at church. All to Jesus I surrender, all to him I freely give. I will ever love and trust him, in his presence daily live. And then the chorus goes, I surrender all, I surrender all. Thank you.